Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM21 Zero to Hero, episode 32. I'm so excited to have a new season on the way after the mess that was last season. It honestly could not go any worse for us than it did. Other than the simple fact that we did spend nearly half the season in the relegation zone and finish mid-table. Actually, it really could have gone worse than it did. But with the year behind us, hopefully we can stay healthier this year. Hopefully we can keep the players a little more in tune with the goals and ambitions of the team and a little less selfish. We do run the risk of losing, I'd say, 2, maybe 3 players this year. Holmes, the offers are already pretty big, even though it's only June. And then also Robinson, the high potential player, could absolutely be a Premier League player. So I can see the attention for him is growing quite rapidly, and the offers for them are both already in the 50 to 70,000 range just in the middle of June. So well before the transfer deadline. The third one is Harry Jewell. Not likely, but he's gotten up over 30,000 already on offers. But I would figure he's more likely to stick around. Chelsea was the one who won Premier League last season, yet somehow their reputation dropped. Man City was second. United was in the top 4. Tottenham, I think, rounded out the top 4. It was Liverpool and Arsenal heading to Europa League this season, so tough year for them. Norwich was 1 point behind Arsenal. After finally reaching 1 star last season, we've actually finally made our way into the type of reputation that is typical of the division we're at. We were still significantly below that mark a year ago. You can see we're now into the top 10%, maybe even higher, top 8% of the clubs in England. So massive improvement there, even though it was not at the same rate of progress as recent seasons, but we're playing in the National League. So we should have a reputation of a National League club, even if we were only mid-table. So yes, our reputation did improve, and yes, you can see we're now up there. I mean, Dorking is just a few spots below us and multiple divisions down from where we're at. So we are coming up slowly but surely and just about to where we belong at, and that's going to increase the fan base. That's going to increase sponsorship. Compared to the other teams in the National League, Tranmere made 1.3 million in sponsor money. We were at dead last in the league at 30,000 in sponsorship money, and that was all from our main jersey sponsor. So we really lagging behind in comparison. Minor changes with the roster this season. For one, coaching staff, our reputation has not changed enough, so it's all the same staff coming back. Within the roster itself, I have 7 expiring contracts, 6 of those in the U23s, a single U18 with expiring contracts that are all 60 below or in the potential, 65 or below in potential, and either there or not there, regardless, doesn't matter. George White, the biggest name of those who has an expiring contract that we are saying farewell to. And of course, we've already brought in the youth intake that's replaced that group of players. Now, within the senior squad, I have a few changes. Let me look at the U23s real quick so I can point out the couple going down. O'Callaghan, McManus are both being relegated to the U23s. McManus, 71 of 78, and was just not good enough, even though he plays all 3 defensive positions. McManus, no skills. He's got some jumping reach. He makes good decisions and works hard for the team. But that's it. And that's not enough for even this level. He can hang in there with some of the players at this level, but certainly not for our team. Callahan, not as many replacements available, and he's got a couple things that he's good at. The passing and the dribbling. He's got a good first touch on him. He's pretty good off the ball. He's got a high work rate. But then that's kind of where you draw the line. He's got nothing else. And not only does he not have anything else, but most of the other attributes are well below where they need to be. And so while he wasn't the worst, I mean, he had 14 appearances off the bench, 1 start, did manage 3 goals. He's got a little bit of an XG there. But he's been at this level for 2 or 3 years now and isn't getting better. And we did set that bar at 70 or above. Very incomplete as a player. Now, McManus had quite a bit more in terms of appearances, but his rating last season was a 6.25. O'Callaghan was a 6.2. So they were very, very much in that core group of underperformers last season. Speaking of, and that was training rating, but their last 5 games was also pretty poor. Looks like I need to add kind of ratings for the entirety of the season. I seem to be missing that piece. Well, no, this would be the whole season, not just the last 5. That's the last 5. Anyway, right now, and this is not exactly how we're going to line up. Fuel Skelness is not in the lineup as he's coming back from an injury, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to line up just yet. I might play around with it. I might mix it around a little bit more this season. But the 3 players that have replaced those 2 that have gone out, we have Stuart Carter, who's come up, 81 of 102 so far, center back or up through the midfield. Good first touch, good passing, but another incomplete player. So he is unlikely to feature much, but he'll develop some. And at an 81, he's certainly better than some of those other options we have around. Tom Harrison has come up. This is somebody who is already near his potential, but he's an upgrade. He is an upgrade from McManus, who we've sent down. The heading, the marking, even the tackling is at a 9. All of those skills are a little bit better than what McManus was. He's got great balance, really good natural fitness, so we should expect him to stay healthy. He's brave, and he's got good positioning, so not a great option in Tom Harrison. I mean, it's 19 before he's finally seeing the senior squad, and like I said, he's already nearly at his max. But he'll be a fringe player, off bench, better option than what McManus was, like I said, and he should stay healthy. That combination is about all we can ask for at this point. He's not an upgrade in any way. He's just an upgrade to our bench. And he'll never be more than that. But again, at least it's a little bit better. Grundy is still around and still not good. He is very much not anything besides a right back. So he's definitely not a center back. And Harrison fits that bill where he's more of a defender than he is a support in fullback. But finally, Andrew Dunn. Andrew Dunn is the other one we've called up. He is replacing O'Callaghan, and he has significantly more potential. I was still reluctant to bring him up at this point. He was the top of our U18 squad and developing quickly. He's just from this recent intake. But the dribbling, the finishing, the first touch, the heading, it's all there already. He's already got pretty good pace, and he's highly determined. So he will grow rapidly. And he actually could take over for Fuel Skelness here in the near future. And Fuel Skelness really is just not the player we need him to be any longer. Fuel Skelness's great advantage over everybody else is his attacking numbers and his vision. You can see how Andrew Dunn is a very similarly shaped player. He's not at Fuel Skelness's level right now, but with the high determination and potential, you figure he's going to get there pretty soon, especially if he starts getting some minutes at this senior level. So with some rapid improvement, you can see technically he's already better than Fuel Skelness. Aerially, he's already similar. Speed, physical, all of that stuff's the same. The mental is very close, even though he's only 17, and Fuel Skelness is the old man on the team at 23. So with a little bit of time, a few bench appearances, he'll get to Fuel Skelness's level pretty quick. Maybe not in the attacking. That's going to take some time. But the vision part, and the others could start to overtake Phil Skelnis. Robinson is in so many ways a better option, and he did finish the season in the position. But if you compare these guys, you can see he's shaped in that defensive mid role that I put him in. His defending is at 12. His physicals are at 12. The mental, the aerial side, that defensive mid role is where Robinson is built to play. He's not that strong in the attack. So there's a reason why I trained him in that position, and I think it's where he belongs. It's where he needs to be, even though he can be a striker. He's not. I think the answer, the solution, what I've been looking for, what do we do on top, right? We still have the Fenton issue where he's not great. He's okay. Hartley's not great, but he's got much higher potential, and he is growing towards that, so he's developing into the role. He's nearly overtaken Fenton already, and he just started, a season ago, partway into the season. But Phil Skelnis went from one of our top guys to now he's in that bottom third almost. So we really need a solution. We really need an answer. Phil Skelnis, I think, is going to end up being relegated to our super sub in the near future. And Andrew Dunn, quite soon from now, I think, might find himself with increased minutes. So I need to find a way to get him kind of in the mix in terms of assignment, maybe replacing Liam Campbell. Is probably going to be a good start right there. So kind of pushing Campbell out of the way, and with the increased minutes, he should develop pretty rapidly. And then as soon as he gets to about an 80, he's probably going to replace Phil Skelnis. And then as for the midfield, Prosser is still a pretty big step behind. He's obviously a better option than these guys back here, but I'm going to go back to Prosser on the bench, bumping out Ando, who's another step below that, and going with a midfield whenever we can of Holmes, Barreto, and Robinson, which is a very strong combination of players. As we approach kickoff to the season, things have changed drastically. And at first, I was actually kind of excited by the changes that were coming. Now I'm not. Not at all. All right, so first change, Holmes, close to 300,000, bid, gone. Robinson, same, gone. Barreto, he'll be gone any day. So our entire midfield has abandoned us and left us behind. Now, the only reason why I was a little optimistic from that, because that's devastating to lose literally 3 of our 4 best players and our entire midfield. But of course, Holmes and Barreto were beyond deplorable last season. They underperformed massively. They did not support the defense. They did not support the offense in the way that they normally do, because they were pissed off the entire season. Their morale was absurdly low. You could see the only guy who has really bad morale right now, it's Barreto, who's going to be gone here in a couple days. So, okay. I started to go, well, okay, when we were the best, we performed horribly because morale was low. What happens if we get rid of the poor morale and bring in players who maybe not as good, but are still better than the league around us? If we have the morale, even though the players aren't quite as good, maybe we get back to performing. That's what I was hoping for. That was my optimism. I had moved Fenton into the midfield. I was already removing Barreto from the roster, assuming that he was going to be gone before this first game, but the deal's taken just long enough that it looks like he'll get the season opener in. Ando into the lineup, not good. Prosser is fine. Fenton into the midfield, okay. I've changed my Carolero to Mazzala, hoping to get a little more impact out of that center mid position. And then disaster literally just struck massively, and my optimism went away. 36 hours ago, we took a near season-ending injury to a player who was about to make his debut, Andrew Dunn. Andrew Dunn out for 6 to 8 months. I was going to put him at striker, Phil Skelnis on the wing, and Fenton in the midfield. Now, with Dunn out, not only do I have no reserve at all except for Hartley, which I don't have a real reserve for Hartley except for Campbell, and Campbell did horribly last season, but he's not a good option. I'm going to end up having to dip back into the U23s or the U18s to finish the squad out, because at the moment, I literally just have 16 players. Simpson will be back tomorrow. He's on a 1-game suspension from the end of the season. So our defense is a little weak today without Simpson and Williams back in there. Our midfield is definitely a bit weaker with Ando in there. And no change in the front group, meaning we're going to start the season the way we kind of finished it, which is mediocre, most likely. Outside of Barreto, morale is good, so maybe we can get a result. But oh my goodness. I'm so baffled by this long string of just terrible luck. That couple seasons ago, we just underperformed, and it started with a couple of injuries. And that one loss quickly turned into 5 or 6 straight. And we went from right there in the mix for second or third in the league to we just missed the promotion playoffs at the end of the season, thanks to injuries. We weren't having a great season, but we were right there, and we were right in the mix. And then since that moment, since that first couple of injuries, at the end of the first of now entering our third season at this level, it's just gone from bad to worse. And every step forward has 2 steps back with it, and we just cannot seem to bounce back from this. I've never seen this long of a period of bad luck striking over and over and over. I mean, we lost key players last season. Now we're losing 3 more key players this season. And then we've had this absurdly long injury 2 days before the season opens to our new hope. We were putting our future on the line with Andrew Dunn, that he can catch up to and overtake Phil Skelnis quite quickly. And I was going to start from day one. I was thinking the long term with it, and a month ago, before we lost these players that we've already lost, I was already thinking about it. And then I was kind of getting forced into it with these losses we've had, having to reshuffle the midfield. And now we're just scrambling to just put together a side, period. And we haven't even kicked off the season, and we're already desperate for players. I mean, what the hell? Well, let's kick off. Let's start the season. I mean, it is what it is. We got to just deal and move on. And season kicks off on the road. We are up against Chester. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. Hartley in possession already. Nice turn. Goes really close on that one. It was just off the near post and hits the side netting. Not a bad start. We've got 3 shots already in the first 15 minutes, 55% possession. So dominating early play in this one. Ando already showing a bit of fatigue. Not sure what that's from. We did have a few guys that were either playing in the Olympics or had some international duty recently that they've just come back from. I'm worried about the squad depth all of a sudden, especially Robinson. That was my big hope. We've already hit the post inside 25 minutes, looking very likely to grab a goal soon. I mean, we've gone very close twice already in this first half hour. I think we are likely to score a couple goals in this match, and that could be enough to grab 3 points. Nice ball there, and there's a setup. Oh, Phil Skelnis has to turn. He does keep ball. We keep possession. There's Barreto. There's Jewel. That's blocked. That's cleared. Out for a throw. we're still playing pretty quick. Let's slow this back down from where we left off at the end of last season. There we go. Defense, no change other than the Simpson part. And he'll be back next match, so at least we have the same defense back. Here's Fenton. There's... Oh, I thought that might have been it. Defense gets blocking. 10-1 on the shots here in the first half. And a real chance here on the free kick. Everybody is onside. And, just over the top. Should have been better. That should have been on target. And it was straight down the middle anyway, so I think keeper probably had that one. 12-1 at the half, though, so... incredibly likely to get a goal here in the second half. I mean, XG-wise, we're already approaching that one, and I think we can do something. Been a better team here. Let's go, second half. Come on, guys. 3 points to open the season. We've actually done that almost every single season, I think. Ooh, Prosser, that's a bad tackle. Probably a yellow? No yellow card for that one. Surprising. Already 55 minutes, we're hitting the hour mark. Only 2 shots here in the second half, so now 3. Okay, it's starting to emerge. Just took us a few minutes to get going in the second half. There's Barreto. Hartley. Ooh, dangerous pass. Not sure what he was thinking on that one. Defense holds it up. They get a look there. That's just over the bar. We had it covered. But that was awfully close. Ooh, another free kick on the edge and a goal. What a header from Waite. I don't know how he gets that thing on target. He's facing completely the wrong direction as he approaches that ball. Way too much space given. Excellent header, and you got to be kidding me. We've completely dominated play in this match, and then we give up a goal on. We never even saw what led to the free kick, but same side where we just had one recently with Prosser. I mean, they've only had 2 shots. They've only had 2 shots, and we trail. Can this be the beginning of the end for the season already? I mean, it's the first day of the season. Hartley, golden opportunity. The entire near post is wide open. You kick that with any sort of power, grabbed in the box. That's going to be a penalty. No, we got called for that. Ooh, surprising. Well, I hate penalties, but I really can't stand the fact that we might lose this game. Phil Skelnis goes the wrong way as it hits his heel. Another chance. Nice block, but wide open goal, and he misses wildly. That guy felt the pressure on that one. Very attacking. Let's go with Demand More. And Fenton is tired. I don't have any subs, guys. I do not have subs. What am I supposed to do with you? Liam Campbell out of position. Awesome. Just what we needed. Okay. Barreto. No. Williams. Okay, here's goal. Can't find Fenton. And we're going to lose this match. Completely dominating this match. They've only had 2 shots, and we're going to lose. That was offside. That did not look at all offside, but he still missed it wildly anyway. Prosser. Come on, Prosser. Here's Hartley. What are you doing, Hartley? What are you doing? Dribble the freaking ball. You're wide open, and your partner in crime has 2 guys on him, and you retreat the ball to him. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to rip into the team for losing this. And this is going to destroy the morale. And again, we're gutted. We are so gutted to start this season. This is the worst possible start you can have, to completely dominate and yet lose. They end up with 7 shots in the end, but realistically, they only had 2. I mean, the goal was not even an XG opportunity. They had a better chance after that, and we just continued all game long. Look at that. Just climb. Total control. And no result. Oh, gosh. Point finger. This is this is worrying, folks. This is very worrying. Yeah, what a freaking way to start. And Barreto's going to be gone in the next 48 hours. We do have another game in 3 days. Maybe he'll be around for that one. But this is what an absurd way to start the season. We lose 4 players, if you include Dunn, right off the bat. The morale is good everywhere. I mean, that's the one thing we've got going for us at this point. The optimism of a new season. Worked really hard on lifting that morale during the preseason, and we've done so successfully. And the only player who is not happy is leaving the club in the next probably 48 hours. I still, as difficult as it is, I've still pieced together something of a lineup, though I'm going to have to tweak the Dunn part now that just happened. And there's still a chance. There's still a chance that this could be a good season. But we literally, it's going to come down to that morale. I mean, at this point, that is the only thing that is going for us that's going to give us that chance to still have a successful season. And to go out in the first match like that and completely dominate play and have so many chances either go begging or go absurdly close, like off the post or missing by an inch, and then the other team literally getting one decent chance, and it wasn't even a decent chance. I mean, that was just an absurdly tough angle, and the guy gets it right in the perfect spot, and they take all 3 points. Just like that. And then the morale. People hang their heads after a result like that. And then farewell season. That was day 1. I'm so baffled as to how we've ended up at this point. We have such potential, and we have such quality that we didn't have. We should be cruising through this division, even without those guys. Even without them, we should be cruising through this division. This is a League One side, maybe League Two. But this is a side that could avoid relegation in League One, could do well in League Two. We're in the National League. We're 2 divisions below that, or at least solidly a division below where this team should be at. And this is with those guys gone. Well, okay, no, with those guys we were definitely League One. Without those guys, we're borderline League One, League Two. But I think on paper we're still probably the best side. Okay, maybe I'm just freaking out because of last season and the season before and what happened and the bad luck we've had and the bad luck we've started this season out with. It does not mean this season is over. It's not over, folks. It's not over. Bad thoughts. Leave the mind. Leave the mind. Okay. All right. I've exorcised the demon. We're going to win this fucking thing. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. It's all uphill from here. We're going up. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.